If you weren't with us in qualifying, Q1 showed that this massive and lengthy track can test the marbles in many different ways. Q2, in the 3-lap shootout for pole, showed that it can be one devilish racetrack to try to master. And that's what several marbles have done as we begin to enter the point in the season where some teams are opting to keep the same marble racing from 1 week to a second week. Of course, you have to compete in the same number by the end of the season as your teammate, but at this point, we have seen some strategy calls for 4 teams. We'll touch on that later. 15 meters is this lap length. There will be 11 laps in the race, and we'll see who manages to come out on top. Trending well of late is last year's individual champion, Red Eye, in front of a 2-time race winner in Origin. Red Eye, though, has been the class of the field when it comes to qualifying, with runs of 4th, 2nd, and 1st. The lights are on. And we're rolling. Red Eye comes to the inside to shoulder off the rest of the field, but Origin gets by, and then Red Eye bumps against the curb. That immediate, oh, what is this? We've got an unknown marble on the track at the start of the race. It's been red flagged immediately. What is going on here? The conveyor belt is stopped. That will allow the security to get up there. The safety marble does not even need to be deployed. I'm not even really sure what's happening for the order at the moment, but Red Eye has fallen back to 3rd place and now gets around Mocha into 2nd, but the scoring pylon is frozen. That makes me think that everything after the red flag will not count. Race control deciding what to do. The fan marble that apparently did come from the stands has been arrested and removed off the belt at this point. But this has thrown quite a wrench into the works here. Although race control saying they're going to keep the starting positions the same since we only got a few corners in, they're not going to count it as a racing lap. And here you see that fan marble coming through the final 2 turns and getting up onto the belt. It's made the crowd a bit anxious and perhaps a bit frustrated as well. So the lap counter shows 1 out of 11 as we're back up at the starting line, and lights are on and we are rolling again, and Origin falls back into 2nd place. Red Eye is nowhere to be seen. Cerulean, I believe, is up into 3rd spot, and Dash is in 4th. Bolt, Clutter, and Red Eye fallen all the way back to 6th. So this has done a massive switch around of the entire field. But the good thing is, with a lap this long, it may not have impacted the race all that much, and that was a wonderful setup by Origin to retake the lead and try to stretch off into the distance, but Clutter says not so fast. Right there through the 3rd sector, and they begin to enter that tree-lined boulevard for the first time. Dash in 3rd, Red Eye gets by up into 4th spot, but contact right there. Red Eye and Cerulean are very close. Bolt went backwards, and Alpine moves up into 6th. Alpine gets by into 5th. This battle for 2nd place, very close now. That was a good move. I believe that was Cerulean fending off a challenge from Alpine and took a different line to make it stick here. It is fighting for 2nd place, has it in front of Clutter and Cerulean. Dash now trying to chase down Origin. Positions changing all the time as they go through the slalom. Clutter comes out in front ahead of Dash and Origin still, but this is all over the place right now. I think people are still reeling from that track invasion, trying to figure out how to manage the energy that goes into the normal start of a Grand Prix. Clutter with a good exit off of the belt here. And a nice challenge coming from Dash, who is attempting to close up, weaving through this back and forth start to the lap. 15 meters is this track, and off the chevron, both of the top 2 go with a healthy gap back to 3rd place Origin. Cerulean was in a battle there with Bolt and Red Eye sneaks by, and also has Origin to get by into 2nd place. So we take a look farther back in the field. Behind Alpine in 6th, it's Shimmer, Mallard, Bolt, Arup, Yellow, Mimo, Minty Flave, Cosmo, Mocha, Rapidly, Swax, Wuspy, Smoggy, and Pinky Toe. Back at the front, Origin has set the fastest lap of the race and is holding up into 2nd place after starting in 2nd, but goodness knows, don't know if you can count all that much because of the craziness that we had at the beginning. But again, long race, anything can happen. Red Eye is also recovering nicely up into 3rd, getting by Dash there, faking out and drawing Dash one way before juking the other. And Red Eye has had a wonderful run through the slaloms in qualifying and continuing in the race, and that has let that marble close up to Origin. Clutter comes through and sets fastest lap, what you want to do as a leader. But it's stolen away by Arup down in 5th with a 35.024. Oh, and it's very close between 2nd and 3rd. Redeye, focusing so much on 2nd place, almost lost position. And Redeye is forced to drop back and try to cover Arup, who is coming with increasing speed as the laps go along. Cerulean is also keeping pace with Arup from Team Primary as they come down here through the slalom bumpers once again, and Redeye has lost out. Arup gets by up into 3rd spot. Not often that you see Redeye getting caught off guard through a very strong sector of the track like that. And Origin has cut that lead down. What was 1.44 is now well under a second. There you can see the gap. Clutter looking slightly nervous at the head of the field, coming out of the first sector. Off the chevron, they're both taking the same wide line through that turn. Now this sharper one, Clutter losing some speed. Getting off of the bumpers there. Redeye also getting out of sorts and loses to Arup, but gets it back one straight later. It just shows the speed in a straight line that these crazy cat's eyes have, and have since last season. 3/10 is roughly the lead from Clutter to Origin. Lap 7. Then it's Redeye, Arup, Cerulean, Alpine, Dash, Mallard, Bolt, and Shimmer rounding out the top 10. These 3 positions have gone back and forth, narrowing the gaps and increasing them. Oh, who was that? That was Shimmer getting out of sorts in the first sector and losing a couple of spots. I believe Jelle got by, maybe also Dash. Redeye, a nice move to get into 2nd, and immediately is chasing down Clutter for the lead. Step for step they come, roll for roll out onto the boulevard, through the double left-hander to end the lap. They're going to be very close, a 1/10 of a second between them. Then it's a gap back to Origin. Alpine has taken fastest lap. Redeye trying to make the move there, but can't do it. Contact sends Redeye backwards. Won't lose a spot from that if momentum can be regained. But Clutter isn't afraid to get those elbows out. We take a look at how the field is spread. Origin trying to get in the draft of Redeye. Navigating the bumpers, not very cleanly either. Arup is only 2 lengths back. Cerulean, Alpine also having their own little battle while hoping to make up some ground at the front. Meanwhile, at the very front, at the point of this field, Clutter comes off the belt, weaving back and forth. It was a 7/10 or thereabouts lead, but Redeye, trying to stay off of that curb and unsuccessful in doing so, is attempting to catch sight of that lead marble and get ever closer with a few laps to go. Under the bridge they come. Redeye moves to the outside. Can't get that one done. Oh, and as a result, is well out of sorts and position through those bumpers. That has let Origin close within a length. Tries to look to the outside. Now moves to the inside. Redeye blocks. Both navigate those double left-handers really well, and Redeye and Origin will be very close as they come off of the belt. Redeye, I think, got the better step, but let's see. Off of those curbs, they've come together once again, and the same move that was laid down from Clutter to Redeye is gifted to Origin, sending that marble backwards into the clutches of Arup, who gets by in that kink. Clutter rides over some of those curbs. Redeye tries to do the same. I'm not sure that was the quicker way to do it, because a cleaner pass by Origin has allowed the Orangers to get in touch with the top 2. Across the line they come to begin the final lap. Half a second lead for Clutter from the Balls of Chaos. Redeye and Origin also in the hunt. Arup maybe with an outside chance. That lead is coming down. Clutter, Origin, Redeye in between. They are almost equidistant right now. Through the first sector they come. 2 left-handers. What will the bumpers serve up for the final time? Redeye shoots to the lead, saving the best for last, and Origin gets by. Clutter, chaotic through that section. Redeye, it may not be wire to wire, but starting first and finishing first sounds pretty good. The top 2 finish as they started. Clutter comes from 8th and finishes 3rd. what is Rapidly doing? Rapidly dancing around all over the finish. I guess was decently happy with that run. I'm not sure. Starting in 17th, Rapidly really didn't move up that much. Perhaps took one too many hits coming down that course. Alpine captures fastest lap and gets a point from it. But what a run from the Crazy Cat's Eyes and Red Eye in particular. Back at Sleet Street, qualified 4th, finished 2nd, goes 2nd to 2nd at the Raceway, 1 race ago. And I think the Crazy Cat's Eyes made the right decision putting Red Eye in off sequence to get this win. Now the part before the red flag does not count for the race, just as a reminder. And look at that, 70 points, 3 podiums, the leader of the individual championship after the first half of the season, 4 clear of Clutter, who held the race lead for most of this entire Grand Prix until that lap 10 incident. The Crazy Cat's Eyes move up into first spot over the O'Rangers, and Balls of Chaos, Cobalts, move up into 4th, Minty Maniacs fall to 5th. Well, this is just the first half of the season. Next, we go to the Honey Dome, the home of the Bumblebees. We hope to see you there. Subscribe for more. Thanks for watching, everyone.